Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it dialed in as we celebrate and, most importantly, commemorate June the 16th. It is Youth Day, and across Mzansi, of course, we are going to be marking the 45th anniversary, in fact, incredible, of the 1967 Soweto uprising that really did change South Africa forever, and certainly the way that we see ourselves. And in celebration of Youth Day, some of Cape Town's biggest personalities will be making the day at V&A Waterfront's Battery Park with a sensational event. This sounds like an absolute cracker.
It is going to be. I mean, I've saw the names in the lineup, and there are some huge names over there. Big. Some small names too.
So big.
We'll get to the small ones later. But we are very, very privileged to be joined by our panel today, consisting of veteran radio personality, resident, good-looking idol, Kino Kamis. If anybody in radio, you need to focus on this gentleman, as well as the deputy principal and an individual who looks like a student of UCT Online High School, Sipho Mpisane, joins us for our panel discussion. Good morning, gentlemen.
You can applaud yourself.
You applaud yourself.
Gentlemen, very warm welcome to the show. Thank you for the early start. I was joking, like, this is not an early start for an educator. But are you really an educator? Lift up those shoes, buddy. That's a little too cool, right. Okay? That's a little too cool. I think the student might have snuck in here. No, we're so happy to have both of you here and to celebrate a vitally important day, because I think those of us who, I know you said you grew up on me, those of us who are this old, okay, we do really understand the relevance of this, and we want to ensure that that becomes a generational kind of heritage that we pass on. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Wow. So let's start off, Sipho. Not only are you fresh, the trip is on point, my friend, but it's, I mean, you're the deputy principal of UCT Online High School. You have a very, very great snapshot of what is to be the future of education when it comes to youth in South Africa. But, you know, we are still, you know, sort of roads behind where we should be at the moment. So just as an idea, just to kind of set the scene in terms of where we are, youth, education, I mean, how are we tracking in terms of making sure that we're finding a bit more balance, especially when it comes to poverty and how that is such a massive limiter of youth getting access to education?
Such a critical discussion.
Yeah.
I think, you know, given what today is, and I think we are all very aware of the realities of South Africa. Education remains the one key to many doors.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we need to move far from access to education being the center of the discussion to access to quality education. I think so far in, after, you know, June 16, really the discussion should be around what is quality education. But I think even just access to education remains a critical point. And I think at UCT Online High School, that's one of the key drivers for us, is that we are trying to open up that access, not only to education, but to quality education, right? Democracy is about choice.
Yes.
And why should education be limited when it comes to choice? You know, we need to be accessing and providing quality education, world-class education in this day and age, given where we've come from as a country.
I think we've established that it's critical and it needs to be right across the board in terms of that ecosystem that a child exists within. It's not just about the quality education anymore, which is fantastic that we've identified that, but we understand that these are the adults that we're going to release into the world. They need to have that full basket. They need the culture. They need the self-esteem. Kino, you are the culture. You are the man. You're the head of culture.
No, we're still trying to figure out what that means.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, what is your job, actually? No, you've obviously proven your chops many times over in the television and radio space, and you obviously know what it takes to carve a career path in that, but you're obviously also very emotionally invested, and you would know the power of culture because you've seen it, what it can do to people. What is your job, man?
So listen, you know, it's a very good question. Once I figure out, I'll let you know.
What's on your business card?
You know, I mean, you have to ask yourself the question, why am I the only that they've given a microphone to?
I thought you were I thought you were going to sing. I was convinced you were going to open with a song.
Listen, for me, if you ask me what culture is, and I think this encapsulates essentially what this role entails, culture is what people say about you once your back is turned. It is how people experience UCT Online High School, not just students, but everybody. It is, and I think it's such an important, very underrated position to have, because at the end of the day, we're all limbic beings, right? We're all emotional beings. And if you feel that you operating in an environment that doesn't care about you, that doesn't give a damn about what you want to achieve one day, that doesn't help you make up your mind or at least guide you in the right direction, then you're just going to exist. Yeah. And you're probably not going to have the self-esteem that you need in order to be successful in life. Because let's not, I mean, we can talk about all sorts of other things. The bottom line is, we are all about stories. We're all about the stories we tell ourselves. We're all about the stories other people tell us. And we're all about the stories that we tell ourselves in relation to other people. So for me, it's really about, at the end of the day, when I leave that school, what has that school contributed over and above the academics? What has that school contributed to my life?
It's so true. You need to know where you're coming from, to have that true north, to know where you're going to. But the funny thing is, when now assessing getting my little man into a school, I based it purely on my engagements with past pupils when I'd interviewed them. What were they like? Exactly. What was their vibe? What was the culture of that space like? Absolutely love what you're saying, man.
So this is just a scene setter for you. We're going to have our panel here to discuss exactly what education means in South Africa and how we can use it to channel what is going to be a very bright future. We're going to keep it positive. Get your voice notes through. Please feel free, 06340888863, if you want to make sure that you connect with us. We'd love to hear as we continue our discussion on Youth Day. We'll bake on this. In fact, there's another baking segment in the kitchen for you. Here's Zoe.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live at S3 and in celebration of Youth Day this Thursday, as of course today, namhlanje, vandag. Some of Cape Town's biggest personalities will be marking the day at the V&A Waterfront's Battery Park with an exciting event featuring youngster CPT, Cash CPT, Uncle Vinny, D. Koala, Lenneth Bowers, as well as K-Easy. All of them will be there to entertain. And I know,
what
heavy hitters. Do you know that there's a veteran radio personality and resident fantastic extraordinaire Kino Kamis is going to be there as well.
And the voice is incredible. Luckily, we actually have that voice right here.
Yes, we do.
For you to see. That's the first, you can see the voice. We absolutely love him. Now, Kino is playing a vital role alongside the Deputy Principal of UCT's online school, and that's Sipho Mposane, who has proven that he is just as hip and cool as the students with the shoes. But of course, they are a part of an incredible Youth Day celebration this morning. I just feel so old sitting next to you. I'm sorry, man. But the bottom line is we have a platform here where everybody can have their say, and we want you to inspire your fellow young people out there. And we want to hear from the youth right now. So send your WhatsApp voice note to 063-408-8863. If you've got a stress, if you've got something that inspires you about the future, we want to hear about it.
I want to just make sure that we pause on UCT Online High School and the fact that it is quite a powerful tool when it comes to access to quality education. That's what you were saying, Sipho. I want to just go back to a little point around youth in South Africa. It's very easy to be jaded, given the fact that we have a lot of things that are not going for us. We have load shedding, we have high petrol prices, we have high
unemployment,
cooking oil prices. Unemployment is insane at the moment. There are a lot of narratives that could tell any young person that you should get yourself educated and then fly off and go make some money overseas.
Dubai.
How is UCT Online High School affecting that particular culture in young people coming through your ranks and looking at South Africa in a different way?
Sure. Look, I think firstly, we are global citizens, right?
Yeah.
I think we have incredible opportunities to connect across the globe and to grow and to harness, whatever skills that we can across our borders. And I would encourage that, if any youth is in the position to explore overseas, absolutely.
Yes.
But for me, it is so critical and vital that South Africa is at the forefront of solving South African problems, right? And who's better positioned than the youth? And really, the way I see it is that the many problems that we are all aware of, that we have, are opportunities, right? Where there's poverty, there's opportunity for wealth, for growth. Where where things are not going well, there's opportunity for innovation. There's an opportunity for job creation where there's unemployment. And really, my life's passion is to encourage and motivate the youth to see the potential within the problems that we have. And I think at UCT Online High School, our values speak to that, absolutely. That we are building a youth that will be innovative and geared towards solving the problems that we have within the country. And not necessarily looking for opportunities elsewhere, because opportunities...
Hey, go and earn your straps in the greater diaspora, but come back. Bring your
back
money
home.
back. Yo, we
Come back
want
home.
that.
Come back home.
No, it is. And I love the fact that you've highlighted that a problem is a possibility, is an opportunity to create a solution, and those solutions are what drive the economy. There's a reason why the world looks to the third world, these developing economies,
absolutely.
because here you can make your money, okay? But we need to activate this generation. And I think, by and large, they're doing it for themselves online.
Yeah.
Now they've got the tools, they've got the network, they've got that global village. But it is still good, we've realized, and I would think you would appreciate this more than anyone else, to get a little one-on-one time.
You know.
Let's have an event. Can we have an event where people can actually gather together and inspire each other, meet some of their heroes, see the face behind the voice that they've grown up with?
I mean, they normally get very disappointed when they see both Colin and myself. I mean,
Or
they
just
get to see him more.
Or just very confused. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
You guys are throwing an event to end all events. We listed some of the amazing names that are going to be there. It's at an incredible venue, which is becoming kind of this youth mecca in itself at the V&A Waterfront Battery Park. What's going down, bro?
oh, man, there's going to be a graffiti wall, but I think the park in and of itself.
Yeah.
In terms of the basketball, I'm a dad of a skateboarder, so
Nice.
I spend a lot of my time when I was still cool to spend time there. I used to go and check out the vibe at Battery Park, but a wonderful venue. We're obviously going to be doing, I mean, there's a larger-than-life personality that'll be on stage. Carl Wasty. Carl Wasty, yes, larger than life, I tell you.
Thank you.
So we'll be doing a lot of discussion. I make it sound academic, and it's not really. It's about inspiring young people.
Yes.
It's about saying, it's your future. Surround yourself with the right people. Take charge of where you want to be in life one day. And that really is what this is about. And lots of great music. You've mentioned all the CPTs and everybody else that goes along with them. That's pretty cool too. But I would encourage parents, though, to come spend time. I think supervision is always important.
Yeah.
It's not that we're going to be allowing people to run riot. It's just that,
just
come there, spend some time.
Get a sense of what it's all about yourself.
Just get part of the vibe, really. It's going to be
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing.
And the price of the event, you should hear, it's free. Yes! Anything that's free is a good time.
I brought nothing. I brought nothing with me to work this morning. That's fine.
But it's a celebration, it really is. So come and join us. I can say us now. Because I feel like I'm very excited about the panel discussion, UCT Online High School, as well as Great Africa. It's going to be an amazing event. So please come through, and I want you to ask questions. I want you to ideate. I want you to know that you are in control of the future of this country, provided that you see what Sipho said, and that was possibility and problems. That's the narrative here.
Completely. The platform is yours. Don't forget your skateboard as well, because it's a killer. Gentlemen, we absolutely love the work that you're doing in this space.
Thank you.
It's a brave new world, and you get to be a part of it.